Hello daily 4th graders. In this video, I'm going to be describing to you our summative project for a unit of inquiry. It's called the 51st State Project. In this project, you're going to be using your knowledge of the structure of government, the function of government, and the purpose of government to create the 51st state of the United States. Now, this project is going to be a group project. Well, you have the option actually. You can work with a group of 3, you can work with a group of 2, or you can work individually. It's up to you. You have the choice. This project will also be completed via PowerPoint. You, and if you have a group, will be creating a PowerPoint presentation and sharing it with your teacher through OneDrive. So let's get started on discussing the requirements for this project. And I'm actually going to show you an example from a previous year. Keep in mind that yours will look different because right now I have a paper copy of a previous year and you will be creating a PowerPoint. But all of the requirements are the same. So like I said, you're going to be using your knowledge of the government to create the 51st state of the United States. The first thing that you are going to include for your state is the Constitution. Now, I will be providing for you guys a mentor text, which we have already looked at together in class several weeks ago. We looked at the Constitution, which has a preamble, which is essentially an introduction, an introductory statement, along with several articles, which are kind of like the categories, and in each article are the sections, which essentially are the laws. You will be setting your Constitution up the same way. Let me show you an example. So this group from last year created this state titled Guavesty. I hope I'm saying that right. So here in their Constitution, you'll see that they have a preamble. And again, a preamble is an introductory statement that states the most important thing that the reader should know about your state prior to, sharing all of its laws. So you will have a preamble. You will also have 5 articles. And again, the articles are categories. And for this group, they had Article 1 was about education. You'll notice that they have 3 sections. The requirement for you is that you have 5 articles with 3 sections each. And this is what this group has done. Article 1 is about education. They have 3 sections. Article 2 is about the rights of the people. Their Article 3 is how to change the Constitution. Article 4 is about its residents, and Article 5 is about animal rights. Again, you will have 5 articles or categories in your Constitution, along with 3 sections or laws under each article. Alrighty, so that covers the Constitution aspect of this project. You will also be coming up with leadership positions. The leadership positions relate to your cabinet research that you conducted this past week. And you will be choosing just 3 positions. Your state will have more positions, obviously, because the state needs lots and lots of different people to make it function properly. But you're just going to choose 3 to write about. So this group, they chose to write about the governor, the attorney general, and senators. And under each leader or leadership position, they've described what their duty is, what their responsibility is, as well as their salary. Now, the salary is going to be important because that will be included in your state's budget. But we're going to get there in just a second. So like I said, you will be choosing 3 leadership positions to describe in your project. Alrighty, so let's see. I guess that brings me to the budget, which all of you have had experience with creating a state budget. So this is kind of like review. You've already had practice doing this before. So this is where it gets kind of interesting. So here's an example. In this budget, they had a budget of $1 million. And you and your group, if you choose to work with a group, will also have a budget of $1 million. So in your budget, you are to choose at least 8 programs. to put into your budget. Keep in mind that because you created leadership positions with salaries, those salaries must be included in your budget. Your budget must add up to $1 million, and it must also add up to 100%. Alrighty? 100% makes up a whole circle. If you need any help with percents, just let me or Miss Coach know, and we would be happy to help you. Let's see. So like I said, at least 8 programs, and you have $1 million in your budget. Alrighty. So after your budget, you will have the opportunity to create a state song or a state pledge. Okay. So you guys created songs for daily in our Daily Symbols project. And you will also get to create a song, like I said, or a pledge for your 51st state. I want to show you an example. So this group, they decided to make a pledge. And we'll just read their pledge. It says, I'll just hold it this way. It says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of Guavasti, that we will follow the rules of Guavasti, and we will look the guava in the eye and salute that everyone has freedom to be free in Guavasti. And then their pledge ends with, eat that guava, eat that guava. Very, very interesting pledge. So you guys will be creating either a song or a pledge for your state. Continuing on, you will also be doing a state seal. You guys have had practice with this before. Here you'll see that they created a seal nice and large. They have some phrases, they have some symbols. You will need to include both of those in your seal. You also need to have a description as to, what these symbols represent and why the phrases are important as well. And then lastly, you will be making a state flag, which will also include some phrases, significant colors, as well as symbols. And you will be providing an explanation of these as well. So because you are not doing a paper packet for your project and you're going to be creating a PowerPoint, you have the option to, make your seal on paper, like these people did, draw it out, and then take a picture and upload it to your PowerPoint. Or if you are really tech savvy and you know how to use digital drawing tools and you'd like to create it using one of those, you can absolutely do that. The options are really open. There's really not any restrictions with how you choose to present the elements of this project. It's really, really open. Alrighty, so the presentations, well, actually, let me back up a little bit. This project, you will have 2 weeks to work on it. And on the daily schedule, the weekly schedule, you will find that it's broken up for you. Each of the components are broken up across, about a week and a half. And then the end of the second week will be presentations. Miss Coach's class will be presenting their projects on Wednesday, April 29th. And Friday, May 1st. Miss Lichtel's class, my class, will be presenting on Thursday, April 30th, and Friday, May 1st. Alrighty, so lastly, I want to talk about the success criteria. Okay, what you need to do in order to be successful, which I will actually be giving you guys a link to the success criteria so you have access to it. In order to be successful in this project, you will need to show an understanding of the structures and roles within government, showcased through your constitution and your leadership positions. That's addressing the concept of form. What is it like? What is the form of government, of your government? You will also have to demonstrate precision in creating your state budget, and you have to show that your budget addresses the needs of all citizens. That addresses the learner profile attribute of responsibility, or the concept of responsibility. What is your responsibility to your citizens and your state? You can show that by being equitable in your budget. Alrighty, so you also will need to be principled. You will need to show that you are creating ethical and fair laws within your constitution, and you will also have to include a law that is environmentally friendly. Show that your state is being proactive in preserving our environment and that you are friendly to the environment. You will also have to show self-management. This is one of our skills. State founders have to be organized in creating their state's constitution, budget, leadership positions, flag, seal, and song or pledge. You have to plan your time effectively in order to get all of the components turned in on the due date. You also will be working together over Teams or on Zoom, so it's really important that you are being organized with your time. And lastly, presentation. You will be evaluated on, if you present a PowerPoint that is neat and organized and communicates your state with clarity and with confidence. So again, I will be sharing with you guys the success criteria, and we will be discussing this project more on our Zoom meetings. If you have any questions, you can message Miss Coach or I on Microsoft Teams, and also bring your questions to our Zoom meetings. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to rewatch it if you are confused on any of the components, and we are so excited to see your 51st states. We are so excited. All right, thank you guys, and talk to you soon.